So beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, welcome. If you're old here, welcome. Today I got a wild one for you. Just when we thought the Diddy train sailed, when I thought I'd done all the reactions I needed to know everything about Diddy that was needed to know, the ever wonderful Stephanie Sue dropped a video. It says what every celebrity said about Diddy. The Diddy's List. So if you're new here, please like, share, subscribe. If you're old here and you haven't subscribe. Let's get it.
Bada bing, bada boo.
In the show South Park, there's an episode where Satan is planning his own sweet 16th birthday party, and every little thing that he keeps suggesting, the party planners are like, oh yeah, Diddy had a party here last year, and he already did that.
What?
A huge chocolate fondue fountain, Diddy did that last year. A donut machine, Diddy did do it. Full ice cream bar, Diddy did it.
Diddy did it.
To which in the bit, Satan himself says,
Damn it, what didn't Diddy do?
so people are saying these cartoons are predicting all of these things. All the
Bro, they had it in cartoons.
parties, all of Diddy's crimes, did they predict it? Diddy says about the origins of the white parties. You know, I just had the craziest mix of guests. Some of my boys from Harlem, Leonardo DiCaprio after he had just finished the Titanic. I had socialites there and relatives from down south. There were 200 people sitting out there just having a down-home cookout. Diddy allegedly actually called himself the Great Gatsby. According to one insider who states they went to his parties, she said, Diddy hired these young women to stand on pedestals on either side of the entrance, just dressed like angels, just standing there. She said it was very Gatsby-esque, maybe crazier. What? There were synchronized swimmers on the outside. There were topless women parading around in angel wings. But then there would also be group orgies, group sports taking place in the bathrooms with pills being passed around like little appetizers. People said when Diddy winked at you and said, come to the VIP section, you knew you were going to have a really good night.
What?
He's known to just be a party legend. Diddy was known for saying things like, you think I'm going to stay in the VIP section? I created the fucking VIP section. Fuck the VIP. I want to touch the people. I want to feel alive. He's a master marketer. In one MTV skit about his parties, one person says,
Diddy once threw a party on a jet flying around the world.
Huh?
Now, it started on a Tuesday and somehow ended on the previous Sunday. I don't know how he did that.
They're flying through time zones, right?
Yeah.
Is that what they were saying?
yeah.
Okay.
Other comments, it's hard to say which is more off the hook. A Diddy party or a Diddy after party or a Diddy after party, which is basically just a pre-party for the next Diddy party. There's a picture of Diddy from an old Miami party where he's standing next to a table, and on that table there's this woman laying nude on the table, just covered in food. She's the centerpiece, if you will.
Bro, that's a human being laying there. That's the leg right here. That's the leg, that's the arm. Diddy's eating on a naked person? What didn't Diddy do? What?
Oh. He's eating a chocolate-covered strawberry off of her, and people think it's just a little unsettling now. In a separate lawsuit filed by a John Doe, the allegations state that he was invited to one of the infamous white parties in the Hamptons. He actually includes a picture of himself with Diddy. His face is blurred out, but he was just 16 years old. He had a mutual connection to Diddy. He didn't feel like this is something you could turn down. I mean, this is his chance to break it into the industry. The lawsuit includes a supposed picture of Diddy and John Doe at the white party. Interestingly enough, the lawsuit alleges that Diddy took an interest into John Doe, which gets him very excited. They move to a quiet area where John Doe is going off telling him how he's such a big fan. I have these dreams of becoming a star as well, and like the way that you've just done it is so admirable. To which Diddy smiles and allegedly tells him, you have the potential, you have the look, you know? It's stated, alleged, that Diddy told him that he has the ability to transform him or anybody else into a star.
You don't know.
Which John Doe gets excited. I mean, it's a pleasant conversation. And again, the lawsuit alleges Diddy abruptly tells John Doe he needs to drop his pants.
Bro, what?
The lawsuit states, John Doe, caught completely off guard, confusingly asked Combs to repeat himself. Combs made himself clear. He instructed John Doe to drop his pants and expose his penis so that Combs could inspect it. explaining it was the rite of passage and the route to becoming a star, and also a way to prove himself. Quote, "Don't you want to break into the business?" John Doe felt uncomfortable, froze, and did not know what to do. Combs remained calm and stood in front of him and stretched out his hand in a cupped position. Out of fear and anxiety and the imbalanced power dynamic between himself and Combs, John Doe then dropped his pants and exposed his penis as Combs previously instructed. Combs moved closer and grabbed John Doe's penis and genitals with his hand.
No.
He firmly cupped and held onto John Doe's private parts for an extended period of time. During this time, Combs moved his hand in such a fashion to manipulate John Doe's genitals, squeezing and feeling them. What? John Doe was only 16 years old. In one interview with Conan O'Brien starts off by saying, "You're legendary for the parties you throw. You throw a great party." "I'm a legend, baby, for a whole bunch of things." What's the ingredient for a killer party?
Women. Beautiful women, of course. Beautiful men for the ladies, of course.
Listen,
Shut the
I'm
hell
giving
up.
you the menu, okay? You need the ladies, you need the booze, you need some water.
A lot of ladies drink water at parties. They just, you know, so you have, if you don't have what they need, they're gonna leave. Gotta keep them there. You need locks on the doors.
He said lock the doors.
Yes, this is being pulled up.
Bro, this guy was just confessing. Bro, Diddy did not care. Diddy did not care. He did not care. He did not care, bro. He went to interviews saying these things. He did not care. He felt untouchable throughout this Diddy reactions. He just said what he wanted to say. He did what he wanted to do. He sees you, hey, I'm gonna essay you. You can't do shit about it. He did not care.
Up in hindsight, because there's a video of Diddy and Young Miami, his then on and off girlfriend of the City Girls, right? There is a video where he takes Young Miami into a room inside the house, and there's like a deadbolt from inside. It's very weird. On the
He's
interior
serious.
door.
Like,
Yeah, so it's just people are like, we don't know what the purpose of that deadbolt is, but it's definitely weird. In a separate interview with Conan O'Brien, Conan randomly brings up, let me ask you something. I don't know if it's just a made-up myth or if this is true, that anytime you go into a hotel, you don't check in the way everybody else does. You send someone ahead to prepare the hotel room for you.
That's called preparing the scene.
Which, if you guys know, in the lawsuits with the freak-offs, it said that he would send his assistants to get ready all the freak-off supplies, allegedly.
That's candles. I like candles.
Which in Cassie's lawsuit, it's alleged that he would fix the candle lighting, like he's producing his own video while he's filming these acts.
You have to make sure you go through the proper measures to make sure that your sexy is there when you arrive.
People think that he's talking about freak-offs. People are having a field day with these old clips, digging up old clips. There's another one where Diddy talks about his legendary parties, and he says,
"You're gonna hear about my party. They're gonna be shutting them down. They're gonna probably be arresting me, doing all types of crazy things just because we want to have a good time."
there are a lot of conspiracies surrounding the Diddy case, though. One of them being that Diddy openly blackmailed the people on the so-called Diddy List by reading out their names on Instagram. There is this odd video, perhaps he's threatening them, with this young boy in his lap, and he starts listing names from a paper, and the little boy starts yelling those names out. Drake.
Oprah.
Jennifer Lopez, A-Rod, Will Smith, Alicia Keys, Justin Bieber, Kevin Hart, Mark Wahlberg, Snoop, DJ Khaled, Chris Brown, Naomi Campbell, Jessica Alba, Usher, Demi Lovato, Diplo, Cara Delevingne. The conspiracy being, these are all people on the Diddy's list that he is now blackmailing out in the open. He's telling them, hey, stay in line. Now,
Please, 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 when did this happen? Please, do you have a full video of this? Drop it in the, I need the full video. I'm going to watch this. I'm going to, if it's reaction worthy, I'm going to react to it. I hope they don't strike me or anything. Bro, what? He mentioned names? Bro, I gotta watch that again. What?
perhaps he's threatening them with this young boy in his lap, and he starts listing names from a paper, and the little boy starts yelling those names out. Drake.
Oprah.
Jennifer Lopez, A-Rod, Will Smith, Alicia Keys, Justin Bieber, Kevin Hart, Mark Wahlberg, Snoop, DJ Khaled, Chris Brown, Naomi Campbell, Jessica Alba, Usher, Demi Lovato, Diplo, Cara Delevingne. The conspiracy being, these are all people on the Diddy's list that he is now blackmailing out in the open. He's telling them, hey, stay in line. Now, I do want to mention, before we head into the so-called Diddy's List, there are a few camps of netizens. Some that believe, obviously, people who just went to a white party, you don't know what they know, because these white parties, everybody was going to them. There's just no way that every single person in Hollywood knew what Diddy was doing. But then some people are saying, well, if they were close friends of Diddy and were constantly hanging out with Diddy, they probably knew something. They probably at least knew that he was violent towards women. There's no way that they didn't know anything. That's crazy. When all of his staff and even people that have only seen him a few times have come out to allege these stories, could it be that they don't know anything? That's a netizen opinion. Or there's a group of people that are like, let's not even point any fingers. We don't know what they know. The first being on the list, Ashton Kutcher. He was pictured at many of Diddy's white parties, going as far to host one with Diddy. At the 2003 MTV Movie Awards, Ashton and Diddy are presenting the award for the best villain. Davy Chase, who played the little girl in the Ring movie, she was 13 years old, I believe, at the time of this award. She wins the award, comes onto stage where Ashton Kutcher hugs her, Diddy's kissing her cheek. Later, though, this is the weird part. Backstage, Diddy asks this little girl if she's coming to the after party. He's sipping his drink and peering over his sunglasses at her. People thought it was very predatory looking.
Come to the after party tonight? Yes!
In a Hot Ones interview in 2019, he's asked about Diddy's party stories, to which he responds, yeah, wow, okay, I've got a lot I can't tell. He looks like he starts thinking about them, what happened at the parties, and he says, I'm like cycling through them right now. It's just kind of an odd clip. Some netizens even link Brittany Murphy's death to Kim Porter and Diddy. Brittany Murphy is Ashton Kutcher's ex-girlfriend. They were dating a while. Ashton was publicly seen often with Diddy and with Brittany Murphy. The part that people are focusing on right now is Brittany Murphy was connected to Ashton Kutcher, Kim Porter was connected to Diddy, and both women died suspiciously, in some people's opinions, at a relatively young age from pneumonia. Interestingly enough, her husband passes away from pneumonia a few months later, and the coroner who did their reports after their deaths are the same person. The theory goes a step further. Netizens have stated that if you look up baby oil, and if it's harmful to you by ingestion, it's usually minimally toxic, but if you accidentally breathe baby oil, you could get serious complications called aspiration pneumonia. The worst part of all of this is that Ashton ran Thorn, an anti-child abuse organization that he co-founded with his ex-wife Demi Moore. He has since stepped down, but people are even side-eyeing this formation of the organization, wondering if he's overcompensating for something. Allegedly, again, not alleging that he did anything, just stating it's weird. Like, how can you have this organization and have so many shady friends? Then
Allegedly, he is an idiot too. Allegedly, he's part of Diddy. Allegedly, I'm putting allegedly because nothing has been proven, but he is part of it. He is part of it. He was so much with this guy, and the Hot Ones questions, he was really cycling through. He said, I'm cycling through all that bullshit they were doing in the Diddy party. All that disgusting stuff they were doing in the Diddy party. He knew a lot. He partook in it. Your wife died. Kim Porter died. Same pneumonia, same coroner, who was probably allegedly paid off to write that report. He is disgusting as well. I don't know if Mila Kunis, whatever his current girlfriend or wife's name is, was also part of it. But that's disgusting. Both of them are. He's allegedly disgusting.
and you have Leonardo DiCaprio. The main piece of information circulating online is a 73 questions interview Diddy did with Vogue, where he's asked, top guest at white parties?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And with Leonardo DiCaprio's penchant for only dating young women, some social media netizens did not appear surprised by the association. It appears Leonardo DiCaprio's connection to Diddy is at least public-facing, much thinner. I think it's more so people's sentiment about Leonardo DiCaprio.
Right.
Of like,
right.
I could see the connection is how netizens feel. Then there's Kevin Hart. There are videos of Kevin Hart hosting parties for Diddy. In a video, Diddy is standing there with Usher and Kevin Hart. This clip has gone viral. Diddy has his arm around Usher and talks about, quote, back in the day when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, as his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. We used to actually wrestle for the Frosted Flakes.
Yo,
What the f did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this but me. And we're streaming live. That was stupid.
Which this clip has gone viral for anything Diddy has said that is weird. Kevin Hart was tracked by paparazzi after the allegations have started coming to light against Diddy. He was asked if he saw baby oil at Diddy's parties when he hosted them, and he responds to the paparazzi, "When I hosted for Diddy? You asking the wrong person the wrong question, man. That's not a good question." Then there's Paris Hilton. She was spotted at many Diddy parties, and with the lawsuits alleging that Marriott was named in one of the lawsuits, there are some people drawing this connection between Paris Hilton, the Hilton hotels, to Diddy and trafficking, because of course hotels are always at the center of trafficking claims. To be fair, I think Paris Hilton was at all the parties back then. I think it would be harder to find an A-list star-studded party in which she was not in attendance. Then there's Naomi Campbell, who was rumored to be on the Epstein flight logs as well. In 2018, Naomi has said about Diddy, "I love his company, I love his demeanor, I love his love towards me, and I love our friendship. He's been loyal to me for so many years. We've known each other for 20-something years and have been consistently the same. We really do have a brother-sister relationship, and I adore him." She actually threw him a big birthday party for his 54th birthday just 1 week before Cassie filed her lawsuit. And after Cassie filed her lawsuit, she deleted all posts of her and Diddy and has remained silent on the issue since then.
Another one.
Ellen DeGeneres, who is, like I said, very flawed, very controversial in her own right. But in this case, netizens allege she was way too close with Diddy. She had tweeted previously, "Happy birthday, P. Diddy, Puff Daddy, Sean Combs," or as I call him, Cuddle Mix Snuggle stuff. And you really don't need to know why. Some point to a fake relationship. They point to when Diddy was on Ellen's show and she asked, "So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?" He responds, "Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up to them." But others point out the rest of the interview, she starts asking him around what time the party starts, and Ellen states she expects them to start around midnight, to which he responds ominously, "No, that's a different type of party, and we'll have the top 2 floors of the hotel where it will carry on."
And then it will carry on there.
Yeah. Y'all mean the after party?
No, I know about them.
Then we have Meek Mill. Meek Mill had...
Hollywood is weird. The industry is the weirdest satanic place where all these stupid stuff go on and nobody talks about it. Nobody can say stuff. I don't know why. Why can't they talk about it?
Has been named in the so-called Diddy List. Social media has focused on these few points. 1, Meek Mill has always seemingly been close friends with Diddy. And 2, there are photos of them in matching outfits at a party. Could be a coincidence, could be besties. There is a video of Meek Mill floating around in Diddy's pool sunbathing, and Diddy is recording him saying, "Damn, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you."
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
Lil Rod.
I've never seen any gangster rapper in my life. You Meek Mill started talking about drugs and gangster and this, and I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. They're calling you daddy, and yes, daddy, you're doing this, daddy, and gangster rapper. You a gangster. You want us to believe you're a gangster rapper. Wear matching outfit with Diddy. And also, I saw a viral clip after all these Diddy debacle thing. I was scrolling through reels and he was bunny hopping. Somebody told him, "Hey, bunny hopping." I was like, Diddy, da da da, Diddy, Diddy, da da da, Diddy. I was like, Meek Mill, bro, you sang Rico with Drake. We might just get rid of the Rico. No, you might just hit it with the baby oil. What the heck? Bro, this industry's weird, man. I don't even look at gangster rappers the same. They're all part of it. I don't even, bro. What about Lil Rod? Yeah, I know he was a victim. Let's take it back to, look at that. That's a pose of a gangster rapper right
He
there.
is recording him saying, "Damn, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you."
Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you.
Lil Rod, the producer, in his lawsuit against Diddy, alleges that Diddy had a physical relationship with, quote, a Philadelphia rapper who dated Nicki Minaj.
Meek Mill!
And there's really only, I can't think of anyone other than Meek Mill. Then we have Young Miami of City Girls. She and her cousin were listed in Lil Rod's lawsuit against Diddy. Young Miami was in a relationship with Diddy prior to his arrest. They attended the 2023 Met Gala together. Some netizens think that Young Miami is also a victim of Diddy and has not come to the realization yet. Others think that she was complicit in what he was doing. Others think that she had no idea what was happening behind the scenes. In a very emotional podcast, Young Miami says, "I can't speak on these allegations because I wasn't around at that time. I don't know that person. That wasn't my experience." Young Miami was leaving a club in Atlanta when someone came up to her asking her to sign a baby oil bottle, which I think is very inappropriate and unhinged behavior. Even if she had nothing to do with anything that Diddy is alleged of, it's still very disrespectful, I think, to the victims. It's just bizarre. Jay-Z and Beyonce. There are a lot of conspiracy theories surrounding Jay-Z and Beyonce. It seems primarily stemming from the fact that netizens feel like they were too close to Diddy to not know what was going on. When I first started researching the Diddy case, there were 12 lawsuits that were filed against Diddy and the federal indictment that was unsealed. Very quickly, another dozen lawsuits were filed, and probably more by the time that you're watching this. There have been long-standing allegations that he would put date drugs into the alcoholic beverages at his party. One lawsuit even further alleges that it would be in the champagne glasses that they would hand out at parties. Specific mixed drinks like lemon drops would be laced with drugs because primarily these are drinks that more women tend to gravitate towards. One lawsuit alleges it's not even just about the drinks that are circulating at the party. Multiple lawsuits have alleged that when you walk into his party, you would have to sign an NDA. And once you walk in, they would make you take a shot. They're like, you sign the NDA, and this shot is a prerequisite to coming into the party. Others
leave that party. Leave. Bro, NDAs, I understand. Every celebrity, most celebrities who throw parties make you sign NDAs. The reason being that they don't want that going out there. And then they want it to be private. That's when they have that private moments. I get it. I understand it. But this, and then you got to take a shot before you go there. And then people still did. And my problem is, now, all these stories were like rumors in the industry, right? People having these experiences are rumors, and this tell this and that tell that, and people were hearing this. But then you still have people still go there, sign the NDA, and still take the shot.
That even the baby oil was laced, and that's why there were 1,000 bottles of the baby oil in his house, because it just doesn't make sense to have 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Yes, Americans buy in bulk, but 1,000 bottles of baby oil that doesn't even make any sense. Tony Busby claims there are plans in the works to sue several other celebrities who allegedly helped Diddy cover up the essay at his parties. In fact, Tony hints at the fact that a few A-list celebrities have already settled with victims in private. He says, because it's in the best interest of the victims, we attempt to resolve these matters without the filing of a public lawsuit. And we have done that already. We've done that with a handful of individuals, many of which you've heard of before, and we will continue to do that. There's no way to know for certain if these celebrities knew what was going on, or were trying to warn the public, or if it's all just a coincidence, but let's go through some of these warnings. He has some lifelong haters, one of them being Miss Wendy Williams. Before Wendy Williams was the Wendy Williams, controversial talk show host, she was just getting started as a radio personality. One of her targets back then was Diddy. It does not appear that she intentionally targeted him, but she did state that she had obtained a very interesting photograph that allegedly showed Diddy and another man in a compromising position.
Where is it?
But it gets wilder. The long-standing animosity between the two is pretty strong. Wendy alleges that Diddy would send a bunch of girls to try and jump her outside her radio station.
Once upon a time, there was a music mogul who sent his all-girl group to beat my ass in front of the radio station.
She alleges that Diddy, quote, single-handedly tried to sabotage her career. There were these comments here and there that indicated that they never really resolved things until 2017. Diddy makes an appearance on the Wendy Williams show. What? And people think it is so awkward. The whole thing feels tense. They're both trying to dance around each other. Not really, but like figuratively during the entire interview. I don't think netizens are reading into it. I was watching it, and I've been watching lots of Diddy interviews on Ellen DeGeneres' show, Conan O'Brien, Jimmy Kimmel. He does not seem relaxed or happy around Wendy Williams. He keeps having these moments where he's smiling, but his smile drops so quickly. It's like he keeps dropping his smiling mask.
But why did he go on there?
Nobody knows. One part that's been going very viral on social media is Wendy Williams is bringing up her son. She says, and let me tell you something, as a mother of a now 16-year-old boy, Diddy interrupts her, who I met backstage, he's a great young man.
Who I met backstage, he
did?
He's a great young man.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Wendy Williams looks so uncomfortable. She briefly thanks him, but looks like she loses her train of thought. She spaces out and stutters a bit. Diddy is just staring into the depths of her soul during this.
Damn.
Many netizens have since commented that it felt like Diddy was trying to tell her, like, that's a threat, play nice. I just met your son. Another netizen comments, the way she hesitated, you just know that she wanted to say, you stay away from my son.
She was scared as hell. She was scared. If Diddy told me, hey, you know, I met your sister backstage. What? I'll be scared too. You met my sister. What? No, nigga. I'm sorry. I didn't want to use that. Don't meet my sister. No. Wendy Williams probably peed herself a little bit. Because Diddy meeting your son backstage? That is recipe for disaster. He probably cupped his hand. Drop it and put it in there. Let me feel how big it is. Like, I don't know. That's crazy. I shouldn't have said that.
But realized that she was on air. It is a very unsettling moment. But there is someone who might hate Diddy more than Wendy Williams. And that is
50 Cent.
50 Cent. If anybody is going to be a hater of Diddy, it is going to be 50 Cent. This man, talented in his own right, obviously, but like he could make a full-blown career out of hating Diddy. He has been saying for years now that he freaking hates Diddy. In 2006, he released a diss track called The Bomb, where he insinuates that Diddy had something to do with Biggie's murder. The lyrics read, who shot Biggie Smalls? We don't get him. They're gonna kill us all. Man, Puffy know who hit that guy. In another segment, he says, I've been talking to a therapist to try and help me with the shit I've been saying, you know? Some crazy shit on my mind. Maybe I said some shit about Puffy because he got Tupac killed. Now, the two of them, they started off more so as industry competitors. They had competing alcohol brands, but somehow it escalated into them just dissing each other publicly. 50 Cent allegedly called him a bloodsucker, saying things like, I guess that means I'm not invited to the white parties in the Hamptons. And to describe Puffy in one word, it would be bitch. Anytime there would be any negative news about Diddy, 50 Cent would turn his Instagram page into a multifaceted hate page towards Diddy for years now. Even when Keefe D was arrested for killing Tupac and Diddy was named by him, 50 Cent posted, damn, so Tupac got lined by Brother Love? LOL, time to lawyer up, shit might get sticky. But he is currently working on a series about Diddy with Netflix.
Did he do it, right?
That's right.
Yeah, I heard that.
Is there any more information on that? Is it just a...
He did joke that he was going to title it Did He Do It?
Yeah.
That's all we know.
I heard this one.
Okay.
Earlier in 2024, before Diddy's arrest, Cat Williams went on a talk show to say all these big deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, all lies will be exposed. The truth is the light.
It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is, all lies will be exposed. That's all. I've had to turn down $50 million 4 times just to protect my integrity and that virgin hole I was telling you about. Right.
Because P. Diddy be wanting to party and you gotta tell him no. Usher. Now, one of the main reasons Usher's name comes up in the conversation is from an interview he did talking about Puffy Flavor Camp. When Usher was 13 years old, his parents sent him to live and work with Diddy, who was 8 years older at the time, so 21. Usher told Rolling Stone about Puffy Flavor Camp that there were always girls around and you would open a door and see somebody doing it or several people in a room having an orgy. You never knew what was going to happen. Howard Stern then asks, would you ever send your kids to Puffy Camp? Without hesitation, Usher responds, hell no.
You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
A lot of people feel sympathetic for 13-year-old Usher. That is where it connects to Justin Bieber. Young Justin Bieber signed with Diddy's longtime friend Usher, and that's how he met Diddy. I think that, for one, it's pretty clear that Justin Bieber was victimized in the industry in one way, shape, or form. But he has never spoken up about who or exactly what has happened. And the main piece of evidence that people are bringing up is 15-year-old Justin Bieber posted a video called, this was posted 14 years ago. It was called 48 Hours with Diddy. In the video, Diddy states, they're having the time of our lives. Where we hang out, what we're doing, we can't really disclose. But it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. But for the next 48 hours, he's with me and we're going.
It's a 15-year-old's nightmare. The whole industry owes an apology to Justin Bieber. I was going to say Usher, but Usher is an idiot. You went to this flavor camp, whatever it is. You felt what it was like. You went through it. You've been through it. You wouldn't send your child there like you said to Howard Stern, but you would help send a Justin Bieber there because you was signed to him or he was signed to you, whatever it is. And I heard stuff like you help facilitate to send people there. If that is true, man. If that is true, man, you're an idiot. If that is not true, I retract it.
Crazy.
Let's just go get some girls. Let's go hang out with some girls.
A man after my heart, that's what I'm talking about, shit.
There's a clip of Diddy and Justin on Jimmy Kimmel Live where they talk about hanging out, where Diddy warns Justin. Now, Justin knows better than to be talking about the things that he does with Big Brother Puff on national television. Everything ain't for everybody. I will say it is a weird statement. There's another clip where netizens have said it appears that Diddy is feeling to see if Justin Bieber is wearing a wire. He's tapping his chest, which is typically where a wire would be if the feds are trying to listen to you. But again, these are people's speculations and intentions and feelings in a video we don't know.
It does
a big
look
conversation
like
is set around the Yummy music video that was released in 2020. Probably the most notable part of the promotion of the song Yummy was he posted on Instagram a collage of babies and just wrote #Yummy as a caption, which everybody has a strong response to 5 years ago. When the music video was first released, Justin's fans, primarily who believed there was a way deeper message in the video premise they thought was odd. It did not feel like an ode to his wife. And two, there were clips of Justin Bieber breaking down on the set of filming Yummy. He was allegedly having anxiety attacks during the filming of it. He stated that he was, quote, in his head a lot during the filming and was just having an off day. But this music video,
hell no.
There are very interesting elements and aspects. So there are a lot of, quote, Easter eggs to break down in the song, whether it's just creative expression that Justin Bieber had nothing to do with, or he was the one that worked on it. We will not know until he says.
Bro, he had anxiety breakdown for a reason. He was crying for a reason. Song's title Yummy. He had kids over there. He was crying and breaking down because that's what I think. It was linked to something personal. It was linked to something personal for him. And then he kept breaking down. He kept getting anxiety breakdowns. Justin Bieber is owed an apology by this weird ass satanic ass industry. They destroyed that dude. He said, baby, 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 ooh, baby. Oh, he didn't know that at the background, Puffy and all those Preds were singing, baby, baby, come here and feel the ooh, baby. That was, bro.
But these are the elements. Right when he enters the party, to his right is a young girl wearing a red bodysuit. Netizens have said this feels very significant. Just keep in mind, this red bodysuit is going to come up again, but there is a young girl who appears to be a minor wearing a red sparkly bodysuit playing the violin. Justin sits down at a table, and netizens have pointed out that everyone nearby is much older than him. They appear middle-aged. The whole party atmosphere shifts when the food gets served, and it's all this unappetizing food. It's really gross-looking food. You know those weird Jell-O cakes with vegetables? Looks like Jell-O mounds with just peas, green peas inside. But everyone at the table is served this disgusting food, and the only thing sitting in front of Justin Bieber now is not the food, it's just a glass of pink liquid. So now people are connecting the drugging that was done at parties, or the alleged drugging. There's a strong presence of green peas in the video. A lot of people think it could either mean P for Pep Files or P for P. Diddy. The music video then switches the lighting from the overhead lighting, if you will, to the black light. So it almost feels like the party is starting. And people think it looks like a white party because everything looked kind of white in black light. Then abruptly, the party is over and it's just Justin and a few people left to clean up the mess or deal with the after effects, is what some netizens say. He's alone at his table now. There is a red sparkly suit draped over the chair next to him, and that was the outfit the young girl in the beginning had likely been wearing. At the end, there is an empty plate. The plate has a picture of younger Justin on there with the word yummy written underneath. It's a lot. I think that some netizens feel very frustrated because it feels like the victims who have actually, the alleged victims, that have actually filed lawsuits against Diddy. And these lawsuits, many of them are publicly available online. It feels like their stories don't deserve to be heard and don't deserve attention because these celebrity conspiracies are more interesting. We have covered most of those lawsuits throughout the span of these 4 episodes. So now let's cover the artists that do not like working with Diddy, allegedly. Drake is somebody that has a long history with Diddy. In 2018, they allegedly got into a fight outside of the Live nightclub in Miami Beach. Sources allege that Diddy went up to Drake at DJ Khaled's birthday party in Miami, said, "You will never disrespect me." Some sources say Diddy punched Drake. Some sources say Diddy slapped Drake. Diddy also allegedly does not like Kendrick Lamar or J. Cole because Kendrick Lamar said that he was the king of New York, and Diddy took offense to that allegedly. So there are artists that don't like him, and especially from Diddy's own artists that were previously signed with Bad Boy Records, it seems like majority of them don't like him. Mace, another artist that was formerly under Bad Boy, he was actually one of the biggest stars on Diddy's label in the 90s. He said, "Your past business practices knowingly has continued purposefully starving your artists and have been extremely unfair to the very same artists that helped you obtain that Icon Award." Aubrey O'Day, another artist signed under Diddy, who also was on Danity Kane working there, she said about working with him, "We were scared to death with what would just happen with Puff each day. There was just no room for error. Diddy was one of the most intense people you could ever work with. I experienced everything from race remarks to sexism, and a lot of it was scary." Kesha has her hit song TikTok, which there used to be a line that reads, first line, "Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy."
Yes, I know
But
that
now
song.
she's changed it to say, "Wake up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy."
Wow.
When it was released that Diddy's homes were getting raided, 50 Cent posted pictures along with the caption, "Now it's not Diddy do it, it's Diddy done." They don't come like that unless they got a case. The
Right.
producer Rodney Jones, the one that is suing Diddy, says, "He's a monster. Nothing has changed. This guy has no soul, no duty to anyone, not even his own kids." Diddy's mom finally made a statement. It reads, "I come to you today as a mother that is devastated and profoundly saddened by the allegations made against my son, Sean Combs. It's heartbreaking to see my son judged not for truth, but for a narrative created out of lies. To bear witness what seems to be like a public lynching of my son before he has had the opportunity to prove his innocence is a pain too unbearable to put into words. Like every human being, my son deserves to have his day in court to finally share his side and to prove his innocence."
He is going to have his day
She
in
says,
court.
"Watching the world make jokes and laugh at my son's life crumbling before our eyes is something I can never forget." Then don't forget it. To which someone
Hey, P. Diddy's mom, man, I got something for you, man. You worried about people laughing about your son's issues? Do you care about what your son has done to Justin Bieber and other families and other people? The 16-year-old boy at the beginning of the video, people who needed opportunities. Do you care about that? For you to come and release a statement like that? I know he's your son, but your son is a demon. Your son is the devil. Your son is disgusting. Your son is the face of everything evil in the industry. Well, he with a couple of people, but your son is the one reigning right now. And since you're worried about people laughing at your son, in his case, here you go. Ha 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 ha. How about that? I hope he gets his day in court, and I hope whatever he's found guilty of, he gets prosecuted accordingly.
comment, "She sounds like she is part of the reason that he turned out this way."
Oh, yeah.
Another reads, "She failed as a mother. She should be ashamed." Typical mom response, nothing to see or read here. Yeah, says every mother in history. I hope someone shows her the tapes. The kids have released their first joint statement. This past month has devastated our family. Many have judged both him and us based on accusations, conspiracy theories, and false narratives that have spiraled into absurdity on social media. We stand united, supporting you every step of the way. We hold on to the truth, knowing it will prevail and nothing will break the strength of our family. We miss you and love you, Dad. To which a lot of netizens feel sympathy for the kids. They say, as gross as Diddy is, I understand his children defending him.
Yeah, they're the kids. I understand. Well, they've grown knowing him as their dad, even though he's a piece of shit allegedly. I don't know how much allegedly I gotta say, but yeah, since he's that. But they also he's also their dad. They have that feeling for him, and I guess the statement is I feel sorry for the girls, like from the twins downwards. No, from the girl, the twins, and then the younger ones downwards. For the older boys, they're bad. I did a reaction about Diddy's sons. The other one, Christian, he's worse. Both the older ones, I think 2 of them, I know are bad. I don't feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for the littler ones. Whatever.
Others actually think Diddy is really messed up for allowing his kids to make a statement. Many parents say, as a parent, I would never allow my children to make a public statement because just go through it alone. Don't get your kids involved. They're already going through it.
He's a narcissist.
You don't need them to make a public statement for media to pick apart, for comments to say, oh, because you want his money. Like, you don't need that.
He's an idiot.
Why did you do that? It only helps Diddy. It doesn't help his kids.
Mm-hmm.
Diddy is currently facing 15 years to life behind bars if convicted, meaning if he is convicted and somehow given the minimum sentence, he will be 69 at the time of his release. And that is the end of our 4-part Diddy series. There's actually so much more that I haven't included.
I feel like when the trials start happening next year, there's going to be more than 4 more parts. Please. Is what I'm saying. Like,
yeah.
Give us
so
all
I don't know.
that.
What are your thoughts? Let me know and stay safe. I will see you guys in the next one.
Man, Stephanie Sue does it again. This is nice. Like, her commentary is nice. This is sad, and every time I react to a Diddy thing, I feel sad. But this has got to be one of the saddest. Like, Justin Bieber, the 16-year-old kid, all the people in there, some of the celebrities are disgusting. They need to go. Now, Justin needs, bro, that guy is screwed up. The guy, like, you could tell. Every move he makes, he's screaming for help. He is, and I pray he finds the help. And unfortunately, through finding the help, he met up with this Carl Lentz guy who was his former pastor, who was a piece of shit himself. He cheated on his wife and then decided to, like, sweep it under the rug and taking his shirt off and doing all the BS. He's not meeting the right people. But I hope he gets the help he needs. I hope he meets the right person who would help him through healing. He needs a lot of healing, man. The other victims of Diddy also need a lot of healing. I know there's 120 lawsuits in there. I know some of them are true. Those that are true, I hope they find peace. This is ridiculous. Diddy's the devil. His mom should shut up. I feel sorry for his kids. They didn't need to release the statement, but Diddy's a narcissist, so he went to go about. We want, bro. This is all right. Sad because of one person's like interest. I want to party. I want to feel good. So screw everybody. Everybody's got to go through BS for me to find my feel good moment. This guy needs to be in jail. He needs to stay there. I don't want him out at 69. I want him resentenced at 69. He should get life for everybody he did harm to. I'll catch you in the next one. Please stay safe. Love you all. Bye.